In a world where ancient truths are often silenced by modern noise, there are still voices that echo with the power of ancestral wisdom. Osofo Kofitse Ahaji is one such voice. A priest, a teacher, a Pan-Africanist, and a custodian of the sacred. Born into the cradle of African tradition, he carries within him the spiritual inheritance of his people and the fire of a continent still struggling to reclaim its soul. From village shrines to national discourse, from sacred rituals to political resistance, his journey bridges the ancient and the urgent, offering a path forward rooted in who we truly are. This is more than an autobiography. It is a return, a reawakening. This is the story of Osofo Kofitse Ahaji.
Welcome to The Missing Link on ZionTvGh English. My name is Mr. Zion. Here, we explore what we, as humanity, are truly missing. From forgotten cultures to hidden stories that can change how we see life. Join me as we uncover the mysteries that complete us. This is The Missing Link.
Who is the man behind the robes and rituals? What do his names reveal about his soul and destiny? From the soil where he was born to the hands that raised him, what shaped the early life of Osofo Kofitse Ahaji? And when did the ancestral call first whisper to him, pulling him toward the path of priesthood? In this modern world, what does it truly mean to walk as an African priest?
My name is Osofo Kofitse Ahaji. He lives in national capital called Accra. And he got to realize that there has been a misconception and deception of the creation of this world. That people have been made to believe that some group of people were the chosen ones of the Creator. So while in secondary school, he decided to be questioning whether it is true that one person created all of us in his own image and likeness. And in that image and likeness, that Creator chose some people to be his chosen ones. So he decided to find out why the discrimination against the black people. And that's what brought Kofitse Ahaji into this sphere of life. My name, Kofitse, is Junior Kofi. My late senior brother was Kofi. My immediate junior brother was also Kofi. So Kofitse is Kofi's junior brother. The second, like you will say, Junior Anoche is Anos. In Akan lyrics, Anoche is different from Kofitse. Kofitse is the junior brother to Kofi. I was born outside this jurisdiction called Ghana. At the time, it was not Ghana, and I was not born in the Gold Coast either. See that Ghana is supposed to be a conglomeration of some entities. But Gold Coast, you have to start the whole story again. The partitioning or the redemarcation of the black nation state of West Africa. So we had the Grain Coast. From the Grain Coast, we went to the Ivory Coast. From Ivory Coast, we came down to the Gold Coast. The Gold Coast, then we had the Slave Coast. So the Slave Coast was where I was born, which has been turned into Volta region today. But the Slave Coast stretches from longitude 3 minutes east to the Bight of Biafra. Biafra is where Sarowiwa was killed Biafra. Ojukwu, the late Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu, who led the Biafran uprising, seeking independence for so-called Eastern Nigeria. The struggle they carried out against Gowon's Nigeria. Feel the calling. You see that that is the misconception we have been fighting against. There are some people say they were called to priesthood and all this one. We who were born into the backyard of Western civilization, we know that what have been said about the black race is not true. We were before the white people came, and we have been here. We will continue to be here until they all vanish from the surface of the earth. The calling is a calling from the infinite intelligence that do this. You feel that the story which has been told is not true. So you must define the truth. And in defining the truth is to realize that that story about God created Adam and Eve is not true. If it is not true, which one is the truth? And you, in seeking the truth, is what brought me to where I am today. It means a lot. It means that there is the need for you to know yourself. You must not assume somebody's identity to call yourself, you are John, you are Peter, you are Paul, you are this, you are that. No, you cannot be that. You must identify yourself. Then who are you? So Robert Nesta Marley tells you that emancipate yourself from mental slavery. I will urge you to emancipate yourself and know yourself. If you know yourself, you will know what the world is all about.
What is the spiritual foundation beneath his sacred work? What trials, teachings, and revelations marked his initiation into the priesthood? How do the voices of the ancestors guide his every step? And what do Africa's spiritual traditions tell us about ourselves, our history, and our power? How is this sacred knowledge misunderstood, both by those within and beyond the continent?
The spiritual foundation of my priesthood is to know myself, to know the truth, and to follow the truth to the end. The truth which has been hidden away from us. We have refused to realize that there is a truth which the white man and his accomplices have decided to keep away from us. It is our requirement to find out what was it which has been taken away from us. If we know what has been taken away from us, we will know where we are going. And that's why Osibisa will say, we are going. Heaven knows where we are going, and we know we will. Our initiation is not like that of the Eurocentric initiation. You must find out who you were, and you go in and study the ABC of knowing. And that one was the Immaculate Conception of the Truth. That was the initiation. I'm the son of the 5th child of my grandfather. And the 4th child was a divine priest. Afa, he possessed the powers of divination to interpret the will of the Creator, and I follow that one. In the concept of traditional African spirituality, our ancestors have never lost track of our being. Our ancestors always keep track with us, or they always advise us what to do, what not to do. When we pretend that we are more intelligent than our ancestors, we are jokers. Our ancestors have always been with us from the beginning, and they will always be with us to the end of time. Fortunately, time does not end, so our ancestors have never died. They are with us, they are always with us. Whatever we need, when you pour libation, you call them, they will help you get out of your difficulty. Just like you said, when you are stressed, you grow fat. Because your ancestors have always been with you. They have never abandoned you. They are never dead. They will never die. You can think that somebody is dead because you carry some physical structure in a so-called coffin and dump it into a hole. You haven't buried your ancestor. You bury the physical structure, but your ancestor is still alive with you. Whatever you want, you call them, they will give you. They will provide you whatever you need. If you ignore them, that is your own cup of tea, but they are always with you. When you go into sleep, they will tell you what you must do the next day. If you don't do it, that is your own cup of tea. They know what is good for you, and they will teach you what you must do for yourself. The broader identity of the African people and its spirituality. The spirituality never abandons the African. It's a way of life. African spirituality is our way of life. We don't borrow anything from anybody. And nobody can tell us how we can manifest our creation. It is never written in a book. Unfortunately, in the Islamic and the Christian faiths, they have gotten all their stories captured in some books. African spirituality is inborn. You are the temple of African spirituality, and you must manifest that one in everything that you do. What they have, the foreign Abrahamic religions have brought to us was to give us the impression that there is a creator somewhere who is a man, who has a wife, who has children. But in African spirituality, the creator is a spirit, the spirit of all spirits. All the other energies pay obeisance to that spirit. While others went and took the information from us and then polished it and presented it as if it is theirs. But no, African spirituality walks with you. Wherever you are going, your ancestors are walking with you. If anybody attacks you, your ancestors, when you call upon them, they will come and rescue you. But if you refuse to call upon them, that is your own cup of tea. Your problem is not theirs. They are always with you. Realize that they will always remain with you. African spirituality has been misunderstood by those who think that their creator is a physical being sitting somewhere. African spirituality is the energy which drives you. It takes you wherever you want to go. You somersault with a vehicle 500 times, you will still be alive. You see the problem, the issue which happened with the late Gnassingbé Eyadema of Togo. You see that the Lamakara plane crashed. The plane crashed and he was destroyed, but he walked out of it. That is African spirituality. So you are asked to know yourself. When the ship sinks, you will get out of it. But when you decided to look for some God in some book somewhere, that one is your own cup of tea. When you somersault, you somersault. But in African spirituality, when you somersault, you get up and walk.
When did the fire of Pan-Africanism begin to burn in his spirit? Was there a moment or a mentor that changed the way he saw the world? What does Pan-Africanism mean today in a fractured yet awakening Africa? How deeply are our spiritual roots tied to the liberation of our people? And in the struggle to unite faith and freedom, has the path been clear or met with resistance?
I first became aware of Pan-Africanist thought and practice when I went to ancient Egypt, or now present-day Egypt. It used to be Kemet. When I went there,
Yes.
and I saw the pyramid. And seeing the pyramid, before you get to the pyramid of Giza, you have to pass the Sphinx. The Sphinx is what the Efes called Alagba. And then the Alagba, what is the duty of the Alagba? You go to most of the Efe communities, you will see the Alagbas are there. What do they do? Yes, the divine energy guarding the place. So when you go to the Giza temple, you will see the Alagba there, which is the Greeks called the Sphinx. And it's the Sphinx because when you want to go and see whatever is contained in the Sphinx, in the pyramid, you will have to pass through them. They will ask you, the Sphinx will ask you a typical question, that there is something which starts on 2, graduates, then at the end of the day, ends up on 3. You will start 4, you will go to 2, at the end, you graduate to 3. Who is that? So, that is what the Sphinx will ask you. If you are not capable of giving the correct answer, you cannot enter. If you cannot enter, then you will be taken off. In the room, you will see there's the judgment chamber. When the judgment is, your heart will be weighed against the feather. And when you cannot get a correct answer, you are sent, there is a beast there who will devour your heart. Those are the beginnings of wisdom, not what they copied from what our ancestors have captured and they claim they have written a Bible. I look up to the truth. When you have heard of one of the great sages of Ghana, Captain Kojo Chikata, he is one person I adore a lot. Because when he is moving, you will always see that he doesn't wear shoe. Why? Because in any emergency, when he is wearing slippers, in any emergency, you remove your slippers and you lean against the wall and you are gone. Nobody will ever know where you have passed. And we are capable of doing such mysterious things. You are walking and they are seeing you, somebody wants to attack you, he follows you. By the time he says Jack, he cannot see you again. You lean against the wall and you are gone. And the secret is that our people have these mad switch buildings they put up. What is the secret about the switch building? They don't do these cement things. They don't do concrete and iron rods. The mud building. They lean against the mud building and he is gone. He disappears into the mud. So the white man came and said, earth to earth, dust to dust, you are gone. He cannot see you anywhere again. When you are sitting here and he is targeting to finish you, by the time he comes to reach here, you are not there. You can lean against a tree and you are gone. You want to go somewhere. You live here and you are going to the Dogon country. What do? They can tell you anything in the sky because you have decided to speak someone else's language. The one given to you, you don't like it. You want to take somebody else's language. And that's what happens to you, that you don't know yourself. So you are told to know yourself. Pan-Africanism today is dancing in semicircles. Some people have decided to call themselves the Pan-African martyrs, mentors, and what have you. We have the Malcolm X's, and they define Pan-Africanism just like Marcos Mosiah Garvey. They realize that there is the need for Pan-Africanists or Africans and peoples of African descent to recognize themselves and live their lives as it was done in the beginning. Today, we are not doing that one. Look at the attempts on the life of Ibrahim Traore. Why? Because he has realized that all the people have been chopping us heavy. Lithium in Central region. Some Australian companies want to take our lithium. What are we doing? You go and sign some useless piece of paper, and they said that, yes, we are investors. What are they investing in? Things which belong to you, they are claiming they are investing in it, and they take it away to their country. And what are you doing? You are starving, and you say that, oh, they are investors. They are investing in nothing. Lithium. Look at what is happening in the Congo Kinshasa. All the minerals there are being taken away by the white man. Here we have Chinese going into our mines. They are engaging in galamsey. They are destroying our river bodies. But then they say they are investors. What are they investing in? A Chinese man will come from China. He will not bring even one kobo, but he comes and he takes our gold away. And you, journalists or whatever, you glorify them. You give them positions. And you say they are investors. You look along the motorway and they say they are so-called investors. You go to, after Pram Pram, not even Pram Pram, you go from Tema motorway going, and you have all these structures there, and they are supposed to be investing. What are they investing in? They are investing in your exploitation. They take all your resources away, and they bring you next to nothing. And you want to say that you are developing. What are you developing to achieve? I want to know. There can be no Pan-African liberation if there is no African spirituality. If there is African spirituality, Pan-Africanism will thrive. You can just walk the street, and nobody can do anything to you. But if you don't believe in yourself, if you are not born again in the consciousness of the black race, you are nobody. So be yourself. Know yourself. You are the manifestation of that mystic energy which is called the divine God. It is in you, not outside you. So don't walk into some place and say that you are going to mosque or you're going to church. There is nothing in those places. But if you have your energy which is vested in you, you can walk anywhere. You can walk on the water bodies. There are people in Somalia who walk on water. So what are you doing? Can you walk on water? Because you have not got that confidence in yourself. You think that some guy called Jesus the Christ walked on water. But who was he? And they said they born and baptized him in the river Jordan. The loss of African spiritual identity and colonialism. The primary objective of colonialism was to take away from the African that power which makes him resist any oppressor. They want to take away from us that which we have, which they don't have. Then, when they take that away from you, what are you left with? Nothing. I cited the case of Captain Kojo Chikata. There are so many people who, when it comes to the craft, you will be working with him like this, you won't see him. He can be with you. But when you intend to do any harm to him, you can't find him. You see, there is a coconut tree behind me. Then you see another tree with odd-numbered leaves. The coconut tree refused to allow that odd-numbered leaf to grow taller than it. Why? Because the coconut tree felt that it was here before that plant came. And that plant cannot run taller than it. So there was a wind which blew one time, and the coconut tree captured the branches of that tree and kept it where it was. Now when you are coming down from that other side, you will see that that odd-numbered tree plant, we have cut off one because it was trying to challenge the coconut, and the coconut said, no, this is my home. I am here before you came, and I will continue to be here. But I want you to understand who you are. I'm not an activist. I'm just telling you who you are, what you should do for yourself. Now, if you are talking of activism, then you look at the leaves of the coconut tree. How many branches of the leaves can you count? If you can count it and tell me the exact figure, you are not being a scientist. Because as for those crazy people who call themselves scientists, they know next to nothing. You just tell me how many branches of a coconut tree will you have on the leaf. That is what we call mental arithmetic. As for sharing stories about Pan-Africanism, I used to be the secretary of the Pan-African Youth Movement of Ghana. And on that basis, I participated in the 6th Pan-African Congress in Dar es Salaam some years back. We want to know ourselves, and we did what we could do during those days. And I was a member of the Kwame Nkrumah Youth Brigade when I was in primary school, and when Nkrumah founded the Youth Brigade before ZB Shadow came and took over and turned it into Ghana Young Pioneer Movement. But we have survived. We have moved on, and we will continue to move on.
What philosophies have shaped his thinking, and who are the scholars, elders, and traditions that left their mark? How has he merged academia with activism, scholarship with spirit? What role must the youth play in reclaiming Africa's future? Which movements and institutions has he stood beside in this long walk to freedom? And through it all, what does he see as his mission, his offering to the world?
Like I mentioned, Professor C.L.R. James, a Pan-Africanist from the Caribbean. I met him at the old Ambassador Hotel, and we had a lot of discussions on African consciousness. And based on that one, I participated in the 6th Pan-African Congress. As for books, Malcolm X's, George Jackson, C.R. James, and all this, they had their literature you can read. Then there was a book, Blood in My Eye, by George Jackson. Why was there blood in his eyes? George Jackson was accused of killing a police officer whilst in prison. Police officer who was armed, and they had their weapons right to their teeth. And George Jackson didn't have anything, and yet they claimed that he killed the police officer. and he was shot dead. And they said that they were doing us a favor. And the same thing they are doing to us today. We have our problem. When we have a problem, when the white man does something wrong, he is never prosecuted. He is acquitted. And the judicial system will maneuver everything in favor of the white man. But the black man, when the black man is telling the truth, nobody wants to listen. His fellow black man himself would like to ditch him. Why? Because the black man has become a black white man. His mentality is to support everything that the white man does and condemn everything that the black man does. And those ones will not lead us anywhere. So, like this man, what was his name? That Muslim bishop, he tells you that in the alternation of day and night, there is a sign for those who reflect. How it has contributed to African reawakening. The best contribution I can point to is to you yourself. Why were we told that our concept of belief in the Creator was wrong? And the white man's concept is supposed to lead us to some sky where I always ask the question, how many people went and met God sitting on his throne somewhere in the sky? And nobody can say that one. They tell us that Jesus went and came back from the dead and went to join his Father in heaven. And there were people who were sitting with Jesus. And those people, up till today, nobody can tell you where you are. You can find them. And they said the people were turned upside down. So Peter, Paul, and all these things. The youth had the biggest role to play in the struggle to emancipate the black man from mental slavery. And if you are not doing that one, I'm sorry, you have to get back and leave your journalism and all these things and try to find out your contribution to the emancipation of the black race. If you are not doing that one, then I'm sorry. As for me, I have done my little bit. Movement, institution, like I told you, I was one time secretary of the Pan-African Youth Movement of Ghana, and on which basis I went to the 6th Pan-African Congress in Dar es Salaam, and I have gone to the University of Indiana and went and delivered a small paper on bottom-up strategy to attain people-centered development, human-centered development. All the things we are doing in the name of development is top-down. People will see up there and they shape something and tell you that this is development, but nothing is developing. We are not developing. We are marching backwards into slavery. So anything that the white man or any outsider brings to the black man, then we swallow it. We say this is development. We are developing. Investor, this, that. We have not invested anything. We have not done nothing. We are bringing GMO foods for us to consume and die. And we think that we are achieving something. We are growing. We are not. We are not growing at all. My personal mission is to impart knowledge to those who don't know themselves. You must know yourself. That is the first and the most important task you must carry out. Know yourself. That is important. If you don't know yourself, you are dancing in semicircles. And when you dance in semicircles, you are not moving forward. You are rather retrogressing. So don't dance in semicircles again.
did Afrikania Mission came into being?
At what point in time?
Yes.
Afrikania Mission came into being when Osofo Kofitse Ahaji, a Catholic priest, went to a conference. And when he was asked, and he said he is from the Roman Catholic Church, then the convener of the conference asked him, "How are you from the Roman Catholic Church?" He said, "Oh, I'm a Roman Catholic." Say, "Yes, you are a Roman Catholic. How are you a Roman? You are an African, how are you a Roman?" You will see the Roman Catholic Church is the only organization which maintains the title of Roman. And the Romans were those who killed, exploited, and destroyed the African heritage. And what are you doing? So Damois just got out from the Catholic Church and he said he is coming from the light. So he created Afrikania from the light. And from that light came the Afrikania Mission.
Wow.
So you see, we are in the light now. There will be darkness. And that is what Afan tells you. Afan tells you that there is light and there is darkness. So the light is half day, the darkness is half day. So we have 24-hour day, 12 hours of light, 12 hours of darkness. And if you want to walk in the darkness, that is your own cup of tea. But importantly, know yourself.
Wow. What is Afrikania Mission today? How does it look like? Is it still working?
Afrikania Mission is still working. I was at the gathering last Sunday. We gathered and we shared thoughts. It is not like the conventional missions where they will be shouting and all this. There is a Korean too who has come and he is telling people about Jesus. You leave your South Korea and you are coming to tell us about Jesus in Africa. South Korean. And the Art Center is supposed to be the center of national culture. That is what the Art Center is supposed to be. They call it Commission on Culture. And what culture are they promoting? You have all the church groups coming down to dance and make all the noise. And they are supposed to be telling us about our culture. A Korean is coming to tell us about our culture. What are they telling us? They are telling us that we are not sensible. Go to Saudi Arabia and see if they are using megaphones to make noise calling people to prayers. At dawn, they will be calling you to prayers. And in their country, they don't do that one. And here we do it. Are we going forward or we are coming backwards?
What is the mission of the Afrikania movement?
To free the minds of our people from mental slavery. That's the absolute mission. Let the people be emancipated from their mental enslavement. It's a liberation of the mind. Didn't Robert Nesta Marley tell you? He told you to emancipate yourself from mental slavery. You have refused. You want to continue being mentally enslaved. Whose fault is it?
Can you share a story about the Black Bull rituals that you do in the Voodoo?
Black Bull Festival. Okay, that one you will see. I will tell you. You see that there is this water body which flows from the geographical south to the geographical north and enters into the so-called Mediterranean Sea.
The Nile Delta.
You call it Nile Delta. Look at the map of the Nile Delta. When you look at the map, you will see the designation. And you look at the crown of the pharaoh. The crown of the pharaoh is the head of the cobra. And there is a community there, the Black Bull community. So, when you go to the north, from Bolga going to Paga, you will see there is a Black Bull community there. What do they do? Our ancestors who marched from the Black Bull community in the Nile Delta area, they came, they settled, and they created the Black Bull Festival. And we also created ours here. So you have to remember what our ancestors did over there. So the Black Bull reminds us that our ancestors have done something which we must emulate. And that is the Black Bull Festival.
Who is Togo Chali and Toge Chala?
You want to know about Chali Aklomada, the ageless one, the one who never dies. Togi Chali is the one and the only person who, when he went into the other side of the world, was told that you can't come here with your jaws. In that part of the energy of life, you don't go there with your jaws. So he had to come back and remove the lower jaw, put it, the upper jaw, put it. So when you go to where you have his shrines in Chama, you will see the lower jaw. We created a space for it. When you get close to it, you will see that this is the lower jaw of Togi Chali. When you go to the other side of the temple, you will see the upper jaw. That is Togi Chali's jaw. And when you go to North Carolina, among the Cherokees, you have Togi Chali there.
How is Togi Chali and Toge Chala related to Komfo Anoche?
The relationship between them. Those who narrate the stories will tell you that they were twins. And when you go to the Nungwa people, they will tell you that Poketelawe was the twin brother of Chali. So as far as the Nungwa Bobu shrine is concerned, Togi Chali is the Lawe of the Nungwas.
Yeah.
So every year they go there.
Why is he found in numerous geographical areas with different concepts?
Yes, he is a mystical energy. You are sitting here, we are talking. But someone is sitting somewhere, he is seeing you. You are talking to the person over there. Though physically you are not there, you are here. So that is Chali Aklomada for you.
How do you relate Chali and Chala to Osofo Kantanka?
Osofo Kantanka, who makes those vehicles.
Yes.
Kantanka was a member of the Afrikania Mission when Damwa was around. He got some of his concepts from Damwa, and he has manifested, he is doing the things he thinks he can do. Right?
Wow. Mm-hmm. What will you say about Afan or Ifa?
I've talked about that one. I told you that it is a combination of two energies, the daylight energy and the night energy. The daylight is Afan, the night is the other Afan, so two energies combining.
Oh.
What trials has he faced, and what kept him standing? What gives him hope in times of doubt? How does he find balance between his sacred duties and public life? If he could speak to every African child, what wisdom would he pass on? And when his voice is no longer here, what legacy does he hope to leave behind?
My greatest challenge is for people refusing to accept that what we have been told as the mission of so-called Yeshua ben Yosef is the truth. They all know that it is not the truth. But here we are. If there is going to be any function in Parliament House today, you will see all our parliamentarians go with their Bibles in hands, going to pray to some imaginary character sitting somewhere on the clouds in heaven. And they think that they are achieving a lot. And when you plant something which will help you, they come and tell you that is satanic. But they themselves, in the night they will come and say, oh, I want you to help me because I face this difficulty and that difficulty. But they won't come into the open. I was reading one cardinal from the Catholic Church, Pope Francis, and his secret cult society activities. Once he was saying that they are bringing universal understanding of the gospel, he was rather engaged in secret activities, and there were moments when they had to kill newly born children to sacrifice. And here we sit, and you go around. I will give you this task. Go and look around where you have the Catholic churches built. If you find that one out, find out what was there before the Catholic Church was built there. Even then, you see, when you are in that temple, Our Lady of whatever they call it, if you go behind the pulpit, there is some steps which goes down. If you go down that step, where will it lead you? Right inside the Voodoo dance. Yeah. Then he comes back and comes to preach you, Dominus Vobiscum cum Spiritus Zero. Then you all shout, Amen. But he has gone there. And you go. If you look at the burning of the Our Lady temple in Paris, the structures which were found there, even quite some few years back, they found the casket of Isis inside that temple. Now you ask yourself, when Queen Elizabeth II died, where was she buried? She was buried in the Church of England. Why was she buried there? Why? Because they tell you that if you are buried in your church, no, it's against the law. But they do that one. Then tell me where Lady Diana was buried. What happened to Lady Diana? Why is it that those people, the King Charles and Camilla, what happened to them? They have been caught for executing Lady Diana. They killed her. And these are the people who believe in that mystical thing called Yeshua ben Yosef. What gives me hope today? I hope in the truth. We are getting to realize ourselves. Let us get conscious. Let us know ourselves. That is the important thing. The youth are springing up. They must know themselves. If they know themselves, nobody is going to deceive us into believing that somebody dies somewhere. The person who does not even know us will die for our sins. I don't hold the public activity. When we go and gather at the center, we tell the people what we believe to be the truth. What is true in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, in the night. It is still true. If that one, somebody says is not correct for him, that's his own problem. As for me, I believe it is correct to say that this Mary, the daughter of whoever, I don't know her. So I am here. I believe in what is true about me today. It will be true about me tomorrow. It will be true about me forever. So whoever does not believe in that one, that's that person's problem. Oh, it's the simplest message of all messages. They must know that nobody died for their sins. They haven't committed any sin for which somebody who does not know them died for. The sin supposed to have been committed is no sin of theirs. Those who think that they have committed any sin, the people should go and find out that sin and clear it, but not the youth of today. No, there is no sin they have committed, and they will commit no sin. What did they tell you? They tell you that the wages of sin is death. How many of the people who are committing sins are prepared to die? When they are telling you that the sin you have committed is the reason why somebody came and died for you, and you don't know the sin you have committed, and yet somebody died, and you believe that somebody died for your sins, and you hold on to that one. You are not making any sense to yourself. If anybody has committed sin, the person must pay for his sins. Finish. Not you. You don't know of any sin you have committed. Why should you die? Why should somebody come and die for a sin you don't know you have committed? And then they are holding you responsible for something you haven't done. Want to be remembered for telling the people who I come into contact with, all people must know the truth, and the truth will set all of us free.
What will be your final message?
My final message is everybody walking this plane of life must know him or herself. Know yourself. You are the manifestation of the truth. That energy is in you, not in someone else. So if you don't know yourself, I'm sorry. You will dance in semicircles and you will never get anywhere. But knowing yourself is very important.
Thank you.
Thank you for thanking me.
Welcome to the missing link on ZionTvGh English. My name is Mr. Zion. Here, we explore what we, as humanity, are truly missing. From forgotten cultures to hidden stories that can change how we see life. Join me as we uncover the mysteries that complete us. This is the missing